Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chapter 11. Maitreya Uvacha. Charamah sadviseshanam aneko samyutas sada paramanus savigneyo drunamaikyabramo yataha. The material manifestation's ultimate particle, which is indivisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as an invisible identity, even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. सत एव पदार्थस्य स्वरूपावस्थितस्य यत् कैवल्यं परममहान् अविशेषो निरन्तरः. Atoms are the ultimate state of the manifest universe. When they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies, they are called the unlimited oneness. There are certainly different bodies in physical forms, but the atoms themselves form the complete manifestation. Evam kalopyanumitah saukshmye staulye च सत्तमा संस्थानभुक्त्या भगवान् अव्यक्तो व्यक्तभुग्विभुः. One can estimate time by measuring the movement of the atomic combination of bodies. Time is the potency of the Almighty, personality of Godhead Hari, who controls all physical movement, although he is not visible in the physical world. Sakalaf paramanurvai yo bhunkte paramanutam sato vishesha bhugyastu sakalaf paramo mahan. Atomic time is measured according to its covering a particular atomic space. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of the atoms is called the great time. Anurdhvau paramanu syat trasarenustrayah smrutah jalarkarashmyavaghatah kamevanupatannagat. The division of the gross time is calculated as follows. 2 atoms make one double atom, and the 3 double atoms make one hexaatom. The hexatom is visible in the sunshine which enters through the holes of the window screen. One can clearly see that the hexatom goes up towards the sky. Trasarenutrikham bhunkte yah kalassa trutih smrutah shatabhagastu vedhasyat taistribhistu lavah smrutah. The time duration needed for the integration of the 3 trasarenas is called a truti, and 100 trutis make one Veda, 3 Vedas make one Lava. निमेषस्त्रिवलो ज्ञेय आम्नातस्ते त्रयः क्षणः क्षणान् पञ्चविदुः काष्ठां लघुता दश पञ्च च. The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimisha. The combination of the 3 nimishas makes 1 kshana. 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kashta, and 15 kashtas make 1 laghu. Laguni vai samamnata dasha pancha cha nadika tadve muhurtah praharah shadhyamah saptavanrunam. 15 lagus make 1 nadika, which is also called a danda. 2 dandas make 1 muhurta, and 66 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of a day or night according to human calculation. द्वादशार्धपलोन्मानं चतुर्भिश्चतुरङ्गुलैः स्वर्णमाशैः कृतच्छिद्रं यावत्प्रस्थजलप्लुतम्. The measuring pot of 1 nadika or danda can be prepared with the 6 pala weight 14-ounce pot of copper in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masa and measuring 4 fingers long. When a pot is placed on water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called 1 danda. यामाश्चत्वारश्चत्वारो मर्त्यानामहनी उभे पक्षः पञ्चदशाहानि शुक्लः कृष्णश्च मानधः. It is calculated that there are 4 praharas, which are also called yamas, in the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month. Tayo samuchayo masaha pitrunam tadaharnisham dvautavrutuh shadayanam dakshinam chottaram dhivi. The aggregate of 2 fortnights is 1 month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for the Pita planets. 2 of such months comprise 1 season, and 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. Ayena chahani prahur vatsaro dvadasha smrutaha samvatsarashatam nrunam paramayurnirupitam. 2 solar movements make 1 day and night of the demigods, and the combination of the day and night is 1 complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. Graharkshatara chakrastaha paramanvadina jagat samvatsaravasanena partetyaanimisho vibhuhu. Influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by the eternal Kala. Samvatsarah parivatsara idavatsara evacha anuvatsaro vatsarascha viduraikam prabhashyate. There are 5 different names of the orbits of the sun, moon, stars, and luminaries in the firmament, and they each have their own samvatsara. So it says 1 Thruti is 8 by 13,500. 1 Veda is 8 by 135. 1 Lava is 8 by 45. 1 Nimisha is 8 by 15. 1 Kshana is 8 by 5. 1 Kashta is 8. 1 Lagu is 2 minutes. 1 Danda is 30 minutes. 1 Prahara is 3 hours. 1 day is 12 hours. 1 night is 12 hours. 1 Paksha is 15 days. Yasrujya Shakti Murudhoch Kwasayan Swashaktaya Pumso Brahmaya Divi Davati Bhutabedaha Pumso Brahmaya Divi Davati Bhutabedaha. Okay. Yasrujya Shakti Murudhochwasayan Shwasaktya Pumso Brahmaya Divi Dhavati Bhutabedaha Kalakyaya Gunamayam Kratubhirvitanvam Stasmai Balim Harata Vatsara Panchakaya. O Vidura, the sun enlivens all living entities with his unlimited heat and light. He diminishes the duration of life of all living entities in order to release them from their illusion of material attachment, and he enlarges the path of elevation to the heavenly kingdom. He thus moves in the firmament with great velocity, and therefore everyone should offer him respects once every 5 years with all ingredients of worship. Vidura Uvacha Pitrudeva Manushyanam Ayuh Paramidam Smrutam Paresham Gatima Chakshva Yesyuh Kalpad Bahirvidaha. Vidura said, I now understand the life duration of the residents of the Pita planets and heavenly planets as well as that of the human beings. Now kindly inform me of the duration of life of those greatly learned living entities who are beyond the range of a kalpa. Bhagavan Vedakalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nanu Vishwam Vichakshate Dhira Yogaradhena Chakshusha. O spiritually powerful one, you can understand the movements of eternal time, which is the controlling form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you are a self-realized person, you can see everything by the power of mystic vision. Maitreya Uvacha Krutam Treta Dvaparam Cha Kalishcheti Chaturyugham Divyair-dvadashabhir-varshaihi Savadhanam Nirupitam. Maitreya said, O Vidura, the 4 millenniums are called Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yugas. The aggregate number of the years of all these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. Chatvari त्रीणि द्वे चैकं कृतादिषु यथाक्रमं संख्यातानि सहस्राणि द्विगुणानि शतानि च. The duration of the Satya millennium equals 4,800 years of the demigods. The duration of the Treta millennium equals 3,600 years of the demigods. The duration of the Dwapara millennium equals 2,400 years, and that of the Kali millennium is 1,200 years of the demigods. Sandhya sandhyashayerantara Sandhya sandhyashayorantar yah kalashata sankhyayoho tamevahuryugam tajñā yatra dharmo vidhiyate. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years as aforesaid, are known as Yuga Sandhyas or conjunctions of two millenniums, according to the expert astronomers. In those periods, all kinds of religious activities are performed. Dharmaschatushpan manujan krute samanuvartate Sayevangyeshwadharmena vyetipadena vardhata. O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintained the principles of religion, but in the other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion was proportionately admitted. त्रिलोक्यायुगसाहस्रं बहिराब्रह्मणोऽधिनं तावत्येव निशातात यन्निमीलति विश्वसृक्. Outside of the three planetary systems, Swarga, Martya, and Patala, the four yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day of the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. निशावसान आरब्धो लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते यावद्दिनं भगवतो मनून् After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begins again in daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist through the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus and fathers of mankind. Swam swam kalam manurbhunkte sadhikam yeka saptatim. Each and every Manu enjoys the life of a little more than 71 sets of 4 millenniums. Manvantareshu manavastadvamshya rishayasuraha bhavanti chaiva yugapat sureshaschanuyechetan. After the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order along with his descendants, who rule over the different planets, but the 7 famous sages and the demigods like Indra and their followers, such as Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with Manu. Yesha dainandhina sargo brahmastrailokyavartanaha tiryang rupiturdevanam sambhavo yatra karmabhihi. In the creation, during Brahma's day, the 3 planetary systems, Swarga, Martya, and Patala, revolve, and the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, demigods, and pitas, appear and disappear in terms of their fruitive activities. Manvantareshu Bhagavan Vibhratsatvam Swamurtibhihi Manvadibhiridam Vishwam Avatyudhita Paurushaha. In each and every change of Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears by manifesting his internal potency in different incarnations as Manu and others. Thus, he maintains the universe by his discovered power. Tamo matramupadaya pratisamruddha vikramaha kale nanugata shesha aste turshnim dinatyaye. At the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution and everything is silent. तमेवान्वपि लोका भूरादयत्रयः निशायामनुवृत्तायां निर्मुक्तशशिभास्करम्. When the night of the Brahma ensues, all the three worlds are out of sight and the sun and the moon are without glare, just as in the due course of an ordinary light. त्रिलोक्यां दह्यमानायां क्षक्त्या सङ्कर्षणाङ्घ्रिणा यान्यूष्मणा महर्लोकान् जनं भृग्वादयोर्धिताः. The devastation takes place due to the fire emanating from the mouth of Sankarshana, and thus great sages like Bhrigu and other inhabitants of Maharloka transport themselves to Janaloka, being distressed by the warmth of the blazing fire which rages through the three worlds below. Tavat Tribhuvanam Sadyah Kalpantaidhitasindhavah Plavayantyutkatatopa Chandavateritormayah. At the beginning of the devastation, all the seas overflow and the hurricane winds blow very violently. Thus the waves of the seas become ferocious, and in no time at all, the three worlds are full of water. Antasatasmin salila aste nantasano harihi yoga nidrani nimilakshaha stuyamano janalayaihi. The Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, lies down in the water on the seat of Ananta with his eyes closed, and the inhabitants of the Janaloka planets offer their glorious prayers unto the Lord with folded hands. Yevam vidairaho ratraihi kalagatyopalakshitaihi apakshitamivaasyapi paramayurvayashatam. Thus the process of exhaustion of the duration of the life exists for every one of the living beings, including Lord Brahma. One's life endures for 1,000 years in terms of the times in the different planets. Yadardhamayushastasya parardhamapi diyate purvah parardhopakranto hyaparodhya pravartate. The 100 years of Brahma's life are divided into two parts, the first half and the second half. The first half of the duration of Brahma's life is already over, and the second half is now current. Purvasyadau parardhasya brahmo nama mahanabhut kalpo yatra bavahyab kalpo yatra bhavad brahma shabda brahmeti yam viduhu. In the beginning of the first half of Brahma's life, there was a millennium called Brahmakalpa, wherein the Lord Brahma appeared. The birth of the Vedas was simultaneous with Brahma's birth. तस्यैव चान्ते कल्पोऽभूद् यं पाद्ममभिचक्षते यद्दरेर्नाभिसरस आसील्लोकसरोरुहम्. The millennium which followed the first Brahma millennium is known as the Padmakalpa because in that millennium the universal lotus flower grew out of the navel reservoir of water of the personality of Godhead Hari. Ayam tu katitah kalpo dvitiyasyapi bharata varaha iti vikhyato yatrasi chrukaro harihi. O descendant of Brahma, the first millennium in the second half of the life of Brahma is also known as Varaha millennium because the personality of Godhead appeared in that millennium as the hog incarnation. Kaloyam viparardhakyo nimesha upacharyate avyakrutasyanantasya Yanader Jagadatmanah. The duration of the two parts of Brahma's life, as above mentioned, is calculated to equal to 1 nimisha, less than a second, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unchanging and unlimited and is the cause of all causes of the universe. Kaloyam paramanvadhir द्विपरार्धान्त ईश्वरः नैवेशितुं प्रभुर्भूम्ना ईश्वरो धाममानिनाम्. Eternal time is certainly the controller of different dimensions from that of the atom up to the superdivisions of the duration of Brahma's life, but nevertheless it is controlled by the Supreme. Time can control only those who are body conscious, even up to the Satyaloka or the other higher planets of the universe. Vikarai sahito yuktair visheshadhibiravrutaha andhakosho bahirayam panchashat koti vistrutaha. This phenomenal material world is expanded to a diameter of 4 billion miles as a combination of 8 material elements transformed into 16 further categories within and without as follows. Dashottaradikairyatra pravishtah paramanuvat lakshyatenthargataschanye kotisho hyandarashayah. The layers of the elements covering the universe are each 10 times thicker than the one before, and the universes clustered together appear like atoms in a huge combination. Tadahuraksharam Brahma Sarvakarana Karanam Vishnordhama Param Sakshat Purushasya Mahatmanah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is therefore said to be the original cause of all causes. Thus, the supreme abode of Vishnu is eternal without a doubt, and it is also the abode of Mahavishnu, the origin of all manifestations. Thus ends the chapter entitled Calculation of Time from the Atma. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.